What's up, guys? Back with part 2 here of the twerking Pikachu slash Thiccachu slash fat big badonkadonk dump truck of a Pikachu. We're gonna make it twerk. We're gonna animate this thing now. Last time what we did was we went over how to rig it, we went over how to sculpt the butt, and we used the Spring Bone Addon to add jiggle physics to it. And this time what we're going to be doing is animating everything, and then we'll bake out that animation so you can export it into, say, a game engine or whatever you want. Let's go. And also, I hope the audio is better. I'm using my phone this time instead of a microphone. I don't know why it was so shitty last time, but hey, what are you gonna do? All right, so when it comes to syncing your animation to the music, this is a question I get a lot. Come up to the top left here, and we're gonna go to Video Sequencer. And then from here, you just go to Add and then Sound. And when you hit Sound, pop-up menu is gonna come up, and you can choose whatever file you want, and your song will be imported. And that way, whenever you play through the timeline, you'll be able to hear your song, and you can keyframe to the song a lot easier. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna do something basic and just kind of come up with my own tempo. So first of all, I want him to kind of bop up and down, right? But let's kind of get him into a basic pose. I'm gonna come up here and maybe do this. Let's just grab these. Another tip that I can give you guys is up here. I usually have this on individual origins, which means that you can grab multiple bones, and if you move them all, it's kind of gonna move like a tail almost. Like it'll move exponentially greater the further out the bone chain goes. Versus if you had like, I think by default it's maybe medium point. That's just gonna move all of them in a straight line, which you can do as well, but I kind of like the individual origins here. I'm gonna grab these bones here and just place them like that, so it's kind of grabbing towards its foot area, right? Something like that. Perfect. And the cheek's a little stretched out. You can fix that in weight painting. I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna go back into my timeline here and set my start and finish to something low. Maybe we'll do like 20 frames. So we want the downbeat maybe to be here. So move that into position. We'll hit I, location rotation, and then say we'll go 10 frames. So on frame 11, we're gonna go up. Yeah, right. I like to go right until the bones lock. Something like that. We'll start there. You can always change it later. And then we'll come here, copy that. We'll go to 21 and we'll paste that. So we've got this. Cool, but I think it's too slow. So what we're gonna do here is grab our keyframes and we'll just move them forward a bit. We'll do 6 and 11, and then we'll change this to 10. And now what we're gonna do is grab this and move this in conjunction with this. So we'll grab this bone here, and if this is gonna be our down, right? We're going down, we want the body to go down on this first frame. So let's kind of find a position where we want it to be down. So we'll probably put it there. That'll be like our little down pose. Okay, so we'll insert a keyframe for that. And then on 6, where we reach the height of this one here, the top arc, we'll go ahead and we'll kind of rip it up like that, and then keyframe, and then let's go to frame 11 again. We'll copy these and paste them there. So now we've got this. Okay. What we can do here also, if it's not looking the way you want, you can grab this and SY scale it on the Y-axis so it's not as much of a movement. And we can kind of let that bop a little bit, and then we'll grab this and we can scale it up, S and Y, and scale it up so that way it moves more. Okay. We'll go even higher here, and we can hit eye location rotation again. So right now, what's looking a little stale to me is it's just up and down. We want to have a little bit of a side movement here. To do this, I'm gonna go, every time the body goes down, it's gonna be on the left side. It'll go up, it'll be straight, and then when it goes back down again, we're gonna go to the right. So what I need to do is double my amount of frames here. So I'm gonna go back to my timeline. We'll go to 20. Select that one, shift select this one. So we have all of our keyframes here. Control C, copy, and then come into here, paste it. So this guy, I wanna tweak him just to the left slightly, and then we'll copy this, and we're gonna put him back over here because we want it to be the same starting point. We're gonna go slightly to the right, and we'll just hit that. A little less stagnant, a little more variation here. I'm not gonna mess with the arms. I'm just gonna try and keep this tutorial kind of short just so you guys get the basics here. So every 2 times that the butt goes up, I want the head to go up as well, right? So let's start here. So we want our down to be here. Let's add a keyframe here. Boom, add a keyframe. All we're gonna do now is just copy these and put them where they belong. All right. So now it's kind of twerking and rocking out at the same time. I want to kind of steady the head. I think it's just bobbing up and down too much. So what we can do is just, we'll copy this, copy, come into here, paste it, and let's see, boom, boom. That's way too fast. If we did this. Yep, I'm feeling this here. Ah, yeah. Let's go ahead and add some spring physics to the ears and the tail. We're gonna go ahead and select those, spring of rotation, select this one, spring of rotation, spring of rotation. And you know, honestly, I might not wanna do it to this one either. Let's just take that off and see what it looks like here. Okay, versus it with it. Yeah, that's way too whippy. So yeah, we'll take it off. And then I'll adjust these in a sec. Let's look at the ears here. Maybe we'll just do the bottom. Yeah, that's good enough for me. If you notice the head is kind of doing some crazy warbly shit, that's just, it's because these bones for some reason are controlling the entire head, which also you can fix in weight painting. I'm not gonna do that right now. Well, it is gonna bug me, so I guess we'll do that right now. All right, now, so if we go back into here and we go to our spring bones, oh, we gotta be in pose mode here, don't forget that. Pose mode, animation, there we go. The head is not so wobbly. Still looking a little wobbly up top. I'm gonna leave it just because this is a tutorial. Let's come over here and we'll adjust these a little bit with the spring bone settings. So if you remember from the last tutorial, these 2 parameters are flip-flopped. So the top is speed and the bottom is bounce. So if we take this down to like a 0.4, and we'll grab this one and do the same thing, 0.4. Let's go to animation mode, check it out. So you can see that it's a lot less springy. It's got some kind of weird movement going on. Let's try bounciness of we'll do 0.4 for one, and then maybe this one. 0.7. Yeah, it's a little better. So just play around with these. You can get all kinds of results. You know, if you break this down, it's hardly gonna move. You can also change maybe the influence, go down to like a 0.2 here, and we'll do like a 0.2 here. So it's a little more stiff, or we could go to like a 0.5 and 0.5 here. There we go. So let's just say we're happy with that. To bake the animation, because if you just rendered out your scene like this with the Spring Bones Addon turned on animation mode so that, you know, it looks good in the viewport, but then when you go to render it, it's not gonna render the Spring Bones add-on is not going to be active when you render it, is what I'm trying to say. So what you want to do is bake the animation. Mind you, this is after all your animation is done, because once you do this, it's kind of locked in, right? You can change it, but it's going to be a pain. Having said that, what I want to do is maybe just extend this out to like 100 frames. We'll extend this out to like 100, and then we'll go back into here. And let's just grab all these, copy them. So to bake, we're gonna select all this. I usually select all the keyframes. I don't know why, I don't think it does anything. But anyways, we wanna go to pose, animation, bake action. And then from here, make sure your whole timeline is selected. Select visual keying and clear constraints. And then bake data, you wanna choose pose and hit okay. And so now all of our Spring Bone animations are baked. You can turn this off now, it'll still work. And you have your animation. And from there you can export everything into a game engine or whatever you'd like. So that's it, that's all for this one, guys. Next tutorial, I'm gonna show you guys how to rig a camera and do kind of an orbit around it, like I've done in a bunch of videos. If there's something else you want to see or learn or anything like that, drop a comment down below. I try to read and respond to all of them. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Peace.